Hey YouTube! So this video is going to be dedicated towards the Estée Lauder warehouse sale, more commonly known as the MAC warehouse sale that just took place over the weekend. So I'm going to actually break this video into 3 different components. The first component I'm going to explain is just what is this event. For people that have never heard about it, or maybe just never had the opportunity to get to go inside. So I'm going to kind of be your sneak preview behind what this event is all about. So how the format works, just everything about it. Any questions that you may have, that is what I'm going to answer in the first part of this video. Now the second part of the video is probably the part that you guys are most excited about, which is all the stuff that I was able to purchase from this warehouse sale. So what I'll explain is from which room I got what products from, what collection it came from, how much I got it for, all that good stuff. So this is going to be the part where I'm just going to introduce all the stuff that I bought. Now the last component of this video is actually going to be me sharing some tips and tricks. If you guys are able to go inside, it is extremely busy in there. It's very chaotic and there's just so much product. So this is actually my second time that I got to go, and I actually picked up some tips and tricks on how to get the items that you want in a timely fashion, all that good stuff. So stick around if you're interested to hear about that. Now the Estée Lauder warehouse sale is basically, it takes place in Markham and it's by private invite. And so this is mostly targeted towards, I get my invite because I have a friend that actually works at MAC. And what happens is it is targeted towards more employees. But luckily, employees are able to pass off their passes if they're not able to go. This is where their friends and family are able to go inside, and that's how I got to go inside. And so it is by private invite, and it usually takes place for 3 days. And every single day has a different colored pass. And there is a very specific sticker that has to be on it, otherwise the pass is going to be invalid. I was there on the very, very first day, and I was there about 2.5 hours early, and there was still a lineup. It was absolutely crazy. But for the most part, I was still able to get in the first 100 batch of girls that got to go inside. So in the very, very first room, the only thing that really caught my eye were 2 different things. The very first table that you see right in the center, it has nail polishes, concealers, and another table across the hall, it has all your eyeshadow quads. How each room works is kind of like a donut shape. So surrounding the entire room, there's tables with tons of stuff in it. Everything's in boxes. There's prices labeled everywhere. There's labels everywhere. So what you have to do is be really, really quick on your eyes. So you'll see concealers, nail polishes table, all $7. And then they have tester tables. They will have products such as this, and they will tape it onto the table where you can actually test it out. There's tissue boxes everywhere and garbages as well. So that is where you can actually test out the products right there. And what happens is every single product will have numbers on it. So you will take a piece of scrap paper, which they do provide there, and you write down the number of the product that you want. And then you have to go line up at the station to go pick up your products. So that is how the Estée Lauder warehouse sale works. It's all by numerical system. So that's why it gets a bit hectic, because it's so busy in there. You want to test out everything. And so that is just plain and simple how it works. So you see an item, you test it out, you like how it, swatches on you, you write the number down, you've got to go line up and get it, and then that's how you get your items. And then what they do is, once they collectively chosen all the stuff that you have selected, they bag everything, they seal it with a red label, and with a permanent marker, they will write how much you got. So if you were in the $7 room and you picked up 5 units, they will write 5 times 7. So when they are cashing you out, they will know that you got 5 items that were valued at $7. Now in the second room is a very, very popular room. That's where the liquid foundation, the eyeshadows, and the makeup brushes are. So this room can get very, very busy. This time around they had, I believe, 4 or 5 different tables of just eyeshadows. So what you do is they have the open compact, and just you dip your finger in every single eyeshadow that you're interested in, and you swatch it on your hand. You like it, you write the number down, wipe it with a Kleenex, and you move on to the next level. And then, to the next eyeshadow color. Clearly I'm in gaming mode right now. And then exactly the same thing with the brushes. So they tape down the entire brushes, but then they leave the bristles open so you can feel how soft it is. And again, everything's numbered. For most but for the most part, that is the second room. Alright, so room number 3 is by far the busiest room in the entire warehouse. This is where you get all your blushes, your bronzers, any of the lip products, your lipsticks, your lip glosses, and the $3 bins. You heard me, the $3 bins. This is where it's probably the best place to get your best deals. And what the $3 bins are best known for is all the MAC eyelashes. I was unable to go because by the time I was heading over there, the lineup was just ridiculous. There is just no way. I am not patient enough. I don't care how cheap it is. I just cannot stand in a lineup for 2 hours to get to the bins to find out that there's nothing that I want. But the reason why room number 3 is my favorite is because of blushes. I have a bit of a blush phase right now, so that was the room that I want to target the most.